This should be the projector. Whoa! This is the NOMVDIC L500 portable RGB projector. It is a laser projector with Harman Kardon sound built right into it. Little quick start guide. And this should be the projector. Whoa! This thing is way smaller than I anticipated it being. For the specs this projector is boasting, I am shocked. Yeah, I'm 6'7", have pretty large hands, but come on, that is a very sleek, very cool looking projector. Nice little flip up stand there, and I'm really impressed that in this small form factor they included the 1/4-20 mount there for using a tripod or other mounts. Inside here you've got your power port, HDMI port, USB Type-C, and a USB-A with 5-volt 2-amp connection to it. You've got all your connections that you need there. So wow, impressed on that small package there. And then I would assume this is the power brick. Yes, power brick and remote. Pretty standard remote plastic, but at the price point I'm not surprised. It does have a cool kind of color effect there with the D-pad and the select button in the middle. Compact in size power brick. I've seen some of these where you've got a tiny little projector and a massive power brick. So again, nice corresponding power brick that's not terribly large. And then it also includes a USB Type-C cable, which is kind of interesting. I have not seen that where there's a USB Type-C. I'm wondering if this can be connected to a computer and use this as an external monitor via USB Type-C. That would be pretty cool if that's the case. So this is everything that you do get in the box with this projector. Everything fits on the stand. I'm really quite impressed. Firing up the projector for the first time, you're going to connect the remote via Bluetooth. It is a Bluetooth remote, and the Bluetooth remote is backlit, which I like. I think they did do a good job with this remote. You're going to select your language, and then you're going to be put right into the settings. You have your inputs first and foremost, but then there are several other options inside the projector, including settings and other apps that you can download and install. You do have the HDMI, USB-C, and the USB connection. The L500 has auto keystone correction, so no matter where you move this projector, it's going to detect the flatness of the wall and correct the skew of the image to fit perfectly on that surface. Now, while there is the auto keystone feature, you can manually also set the keystone in the projector if you want to manually really dial it in and get it precise. The auto keystone did work for just quick moving the projector, so if you're using it in a portable setting, but if you're using it in a home theater setting, I do recommend just going in and manually setting your keystone. You also have the autofocus, which performed very well. Very impressed with the autofocus feature. One of the biggest attractions to this tiny little projector is that it is an RGB laser projector with HLG HDR10. It uses a higher end 3 laser system that actually produces 2 times the color spectrum as a Rec 709, which is on your standard TV. And while it is native 1080p full HD resolution, because of that large color spectrum and the HDR10 HLG support, you're actually going to get a very vibrant and rich image on your screen, up to 180 inches. The tiny projector even has Harman Kardon audio built right in. Here's a sample of what that audio sounds like.
And one animal exploits the boom in plant growth.
The NOMVDIC blew some of the $2,000 projectors I've reviewed out of the water.
A week ago, this desert locust in Ethiopia was a shy, solitary creature that moved very little.
Speaking of sound, there is some noise that comes out of the cooling fan in this projector, but it was actually less than some of the other projectors I've recently reviewed. And so while it is audible, it is something that I think is totally tolerable, especially when you have an actual movie or sound coming out of those speakers right next to those cooling fans. I could not hear the cooling fan at all once the movie or show was playing. I was also pleasantly surprised to see the amount of control that you're able to have over the image quality. You've got some presets in there like movie and TV, but you can really dial this in quite extensively, especially in this price point. I did not expect there to be so many options for really changing up the color spectrum, and I think that's due to the fact that they have twice the color spectrum of a Rec 709 single laser or LCD TV. You can dial it in for different inputs such as your laptop, Switch, or tablet, or Fire Stick, or Apple TV, whatever you got connected up to this and whatever is playing, depending on the quality of media that you're feeding it, you can get it dialed in to exactly the color tones that you want to see on screen. It supports a 4K input as well, so you can really feed this projector some very rich and dynamic data. You know, I had to test and see how YouTube performed on this. Now this is going through the Chromecast plugged directly into the HDMI port of it, and this is the audio coming directly out of the L500.
Well, I'm sorry about that. That was my fault.
It wasn't the other way around.
The L500 is currently on sale over at Kickstarter, and you can get this thing for as low as $700, which after testing this out and comparing it to some of the visuals that I've used on other projectors, this is a great bargain for the technology that you're going to get out of the L500. There are links in the description of this video directly to that Kickstarter campaign. When I was unboxing the L500, I noticed that they included a USB Type-C, and I had the idea that I could plug my laptop into the projector, and sure enough, it worked perfectly. I plugged it into my 2022 M1 MacBook Pro 16-inch version, and I was able to extend my screen directly to the projector and have a nice huge screen in addition to my laptop screen, all through the one USB Type-C cable. So while the number of ports are kind of limited on this small projector, I believe they provided us with exactly what we needed to diversify the type of inputs that we want to put through this projector, including the HDMI, the USB Type-C, and that USB port, which you could plug in a USB drive or something else with your own media on it. It also powered the Chromecast perfectly with that 5-volt USB power supply. You can additionally screen mirror content from your phone through the included 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection and even Bluetooth connection to stream the audio directly to a Bluetooth headset from the L500. Of course, these are all shameless plugs for other videos that I have on my ManShed channel. I would appreciate if you guys smash that subscribe button and hit the like button. And thank you everybody for helping me reach 100,000 subscribers recently. I highly recommend GSG Audio's flat packs. These sounded amazing when turned on for the first time. There are 13 days left of the Kickstarter campaign as of publishing this video, so head on over to the link in the description of this video to pick up the world's smallest triple laser projector. You can take this thing wherever you want to go and throw up that impressive deep color contrast image on screens up to 180 inches. I can guarantee that you will be the talk of the party if you show up with this projector and throw up some music videos or such while the party is going on, or with your family if you just want to sit down and have a good old movie night to enjoy on the big screen.